Today is day one of me trying my best to go live for the next 14 days straight to try and hopefully get closer to my 100,000 subscriber goal here on YouTube. I'm currently only a few hundred away from 30,000 subscribers, so is it still far away? Yes, but is it like kind of within, a foreseeable future? Maybe. So I thought we'd do a fun little makeup tutorial to an extent. I actually have to film a video after this. It's kind of important. So I'm going to be doing just an eyeshadow tutorial for that video. So for this live, I'm just going to do like my full base routine and chit chat and whatnot. So make sure you guys say hi. How are you? What day is it? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. I genuinely lose track. Oh, I'm not too bad. Just have a lot to do today. It's been a busy day. I'm super tired, but hey, what happened? It happens. Hi, Karma. So for brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hill Brow Wiz. Again, I'm just going to do my base routine. We do everything but eyes and lips because I need to film an eye video after this. So I can't do that on camera, unfortunately. But I thought we could chit chat. Are you going out later? No, I do not wear makeup in public. I just do this because it's my job. Fun thing is when your brows are waxed or plucked or anything just to give them a bit of a structured moment, it makes it so much easier to do them, so much faster. I used to dread them because I'd have to really do them and clean them up and conceal them and all that good stuff. And now it's just super fast to just kind of fill in some of the sparse areas and kind of move on with your day. How's everyone's week going so far? This brow on my left side annoys me the most. I like my right brow the most. I don't love the left brow. And because the right one's always has a bit more of an arch and the left one's just kind of rounded. And it's so hard for me to make it look sharp like the other one without making my brow huge. Usually I have to go in with concealer afterwards to clean it up or else it'll be massive. I don't like that. Let's just wipe it off. That's why I always do brows first, so I can just mess around with them until I get them perfect. So talented and good at what you're doing. I know soon you'll be more recognized for your hard work. Thank you. I don't know. I obviously need to keep growing my platforms because my content and all that is what pays the bills. But as far as actual recognition, I don't need any more than I have. I'm verified on multiple platforms. I get to do, these fun brand deals with companies and travel and whatnot. So it's I've been in a Snapchat partnership for 2 years now. So it's everything I've wanted to do, I've already done. So I definitely don't want any type of fame or anything like that. That's too much for me. I just enjoy doing my job. But thanks. How's my transition to Florida been? It's been fine. I'm actually getting ready to most likely leave Florida and move to Texas. I actually just finished my house remodel a couple weeks ago, and there's just a really good opportunity for some personal stuff in Texas, so I'm probably going to be moving there already. I actually just flew to Austin the other day just to see kind of what it was like there because I've never been to Texas before. I actually met with some house builders and actually figured out what builder I want, what house, what elevation, a lot of the options and whatnot. So just trying to be prepared with it, But yeah, so it's been hectic, to say the least. Oh, I don't have TikTok or Snapchat. Oh yeah, this is my full-time job. I'm a certified professional makeup artist, but I've been a full-time content creator for a couple of years. I don't have millions of followers or anything, which you don't need millions of followers to make a living or anything like that, of course. But I have about 500,000 collectively. I think what I'm having trouble with right now with my brows is because I just put that moisturizer on and I didn't give it time to really set because I've got a lot to do. It's making the brow product kind of smudge around. It's kind of oily. And it's giving me problems. That's my fault. Yeah, we're definitely going to clean them up with a little bit of concealer. Good enough. This one, I have a lot of straggler brow hairs, I'll tell you that much. You can't really tell, but I can tell in person. I just waxed them a week ago, but I'm definitely not a waxing expert, I'll tell you that much. So let me grab a little bit of my Dry Cosmetics Clean Canvas. I'm going to use this to clean up my brows just a little bit. Yeah, it's been a decent week so far. I know it's only Tuesday, so we still have a long week ahead of us, but it's been a long week. Do eyebrows really frame your face? No, I don't really like that expression. I mean, you can change the appearance a little bit. If you bring your eyebrows down, yeah, it's going to kind of drag your face, but you can lift them up and do the same, give your face more of a lifted appearance, but I wouldn't say it really frames your face. I think that's just one of those weird phrases that people have always said. So I used to actually go around my brows completely to clean them up, but now I don't do that because it makes it like too perfect and then it just looks weird. So I usually just go underneath to clean them up and shape them a little bit more, cover up any of those straggler brow hairs, make them a bit more sharp on the bottom, but still allow them to be a bit natural looking on top, which is what I want. Nothing industrial. Thank you. That was my most painful piercing, which actually surprised me because I've had a lot of piercings, a lot of body piercings, and that one was definitely a rough one. Definitely a rough one. But I've had it for many years, so like I'm fine now, of course. So I take my damn beauty sponge and just blend that out slightly and set it into place. And then we're going to go in with some foundation in a second. Yeah, if you want a little bit of structure to your brow while still kind of getting that, still having a natural look, I like to do it like this because I can shape it where it needs to be shaped and I leave the rest of the top, like first front part of it, untouched. And it kind of gives it that natural but structured look. I did get a little bit of product in my brow, which I'll have to fix that in a second. So I got a little bit of that concealer at the tail end of my brow over here, so we're just gonna run this right through it, and it's gone. Love your eyebrows. Thank you, Tammy. See, they're sharp on the bottom, they're nice and clean, and then on top they don't look too crazy. Like they don't look too sharp. So I'm gonna use the My Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect. This is one of my favorite foundations. This is in the shade Light Natural, 00 Light Natural, almost out. So I always like to put this on the back of my hand, and then I apply it to my face, that way I don't over apply. I'm gonna use my Thirsty Lemon beauty sponge for this, one of my favorite beauty sponges. On camera, it always looks more yellow. It just is, but in person, it's literally a perfect match. If you are someone who applies foundation, do you prefer a brush or a sponge? I always and only will use a sponge. It just looks much better. What do you think about Anastasia Beverly Hills? I don't love the brand, but I like their brow products. I don't like what they did to the beauty community a couple years ago with their BS PR list games that had everyone really upset. I don't like a lot of the things that the founder has said and done and who she supports. But I do love their brow products and one of their setting powders. But yeah, I don't like I said, I don't like using a brush for foundation. I just think it looks too streaky always. And then you still have to go in most times with a sponge anyway, so why not just use a sponge? It gives it more of an airbrush finish anyway. It's nice and soft. It looks really pretty. I prefer it that way. Always gotta move the nose aside to get that little crease. I asked someone the other day if they did that, and they're like, what? And I'm like, so you just walk around with like literally a gap between your nose and your face? They're like, well, I'm not gonna walk around and move it to the side. I'm like, that's not the point. Like, you know, there's literally a foundation missing right there, and you're just gonna leave it? No. Let me take it down my neck a little bit, even when it's like a perfect match, perfect shade. I always take it down just because. And then whatever residual product is left on the sponge, which is nothing, I stamp over my facial hair a little bit just to make sure there's no difference in shade. Cute. Okay, let's move on to concealer. I'm gonna use my favorite Born to Glow concealer from NYX Cosmetics. Have you seen a method where you spread the foundation with a spatula? No. I really don't enjoy those types of videos. I just think it's so unnecessary. I understand that people are simply doing that for attention and views, but as a professional makeup artist, that kind of stuff is just dumb to me. I prefer educational content and things that actually are teaching people things and helping them, and pieces of content that have value. Now, don't get me wrong, I like to make some like makeup mixing videos and like custom DIY kind of stuff once in a while, and that's fun. That's just for fun and experimenting, but like 95% of my content is something where you actually learn something and you walk away just feeling more confident about your makeup skill set. But I mean, if people want to do that, obviously more power to them. If they want to just do weird things where they're smearing foundation all over their hands, a whole bottle of it, like, I mean, I guess if you want views that badly, do what you got to do. I'm not that desperate. So I'm taking my little mini damp sponge. I'm just going to blend this out. I always go kind of like in a little circle just to kind of push all the product exactly in where I want it. Under eye, same thing. I just like stamp it in. You don't really have to manipulate it too much. You don't have to move it around a lot. It'll kind of move itself around. So you just stamp it in. And I always take it upwards at a diagonal like this to always lift up my face. For me and my clients that I work on, I always like to lift their face. You really never, there'll never really be a reason why you want to do anything but lift someone's face up, regardless of like what your age is or anything like that. You always want people to look bright and happy and lifted and snatched. So it kind of creates that little line so it gives the appearance that it's lifting your face. Is this the same process as short you posted? Probably. I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of short form videos, so I'm sure you've seen this before on my platforms. This is my go-to technique. I have 1,100 videos on YouTube. I have thousands upon thousands on Snapchat because I've actually been working with them for 2 years. So I have been in, so I get distracted when I read, sorry. I've been working with Snapchat for 2 years in Studio 71. So I've been contracted to do about 150 videos a month for them for the last 2 years. So do the math on that one. It's quite a few thousands of videos plus the ones outside of the campaign. So I have a lot there. And TikTok, I have 5,000 videos. I have videos everywhere. I've been doing this for quite a few years. Do you have any advice on how to grow your channel? Snapchat, I mean, YouTube, I'm sorry, is not my strong. I mean, I do fine on YouTube with like shorts and whatnot, and I've been on here for a little while, but with the way algorithms are these days and all the changes, it's kind of like nobody has solid advice on what actually is working, what's not, because things change literally every single day. But I would just say, in general, stay consistent. Yes, please hit that like button. Thank you. I would say stay consistent, know exactly what your brand is, know what you want to do, have several different playlists set up that are optimized so that people can search them and find them. As far as thumbnails, make sure they're as clickable as possible. Make sure your YouTube channel in general is filled out to the best of your ability. So your About Me section, have it really, really full, jam-packed of who you are, what you do, and what you have to offer. If you have other socials, connect your other socials to your YouTube channel. Make sure all your socials are as connected as they can be. That way it's easier for someone to go from one platform to the next. If you have like a content upload schedule, make sure that you're regularly sharing that with your audience. Make sure you're always using as many features as you can. That's always usually a best practice. So like use the community tab if you have it, things like that. If you have the story feature, do that. So for powder, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Lavender. Yeah, so those are just kind of some standard go-to best practices, if you will. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to set my under eyes a little bit with this lavender powder. I love lavender powder because it's basically translucent with a slight tint of purple. So it's going to help with brightening your under eye while mattifying it. Oh, you're welcome. Another thing that helps grow is collaborating with other people. I don't really do that, although I should, just because I genuinely don't have time because I have 8 million things to do. Because on top of being a full-time content creator, I'm also a social media coordinator for a brand. I run Cody's Creator Academy, which is an influencer marketing company I own. I negotiate contracts for a lot of larger creators and do all that kind of stuff for them. I do a lot of things. So again, I'm just setting my concealer in place. On my forehead, I have these 2 little lines that I get in between, like when my Botox starts wearing off. So I just have to like really try and set those, but they'll still come through a little bit. I have a very expressionable forehead, if that's even a word. Cute. But yeah, I do a lot. So I don't sleep, and I work from about 9 o'clock in the morning till about 4:30 in the morning every day. Does Botox hurt? No, not at all. There's no feeling to it whatsoever. Takes literally 30 seconds and you're done. I've been getting that for like 5 years. Botox is about prevention. Okay, so that's set. So let's do some bronzing. First, I'm going to spray my face with a little bit of setting spray. I'm using the Morphe Sour Patch setting spray just to bring a little bit of hydration back into my skin. I'll keep that out because I'll use it again in a second. And then let's do a little bit of bronzer. Find which one I want to use first. Do I want to use this one? Yeah, we'll use the Fenty Beauty Shady Biz bronzer. Cute. Love it. So I'm going to take that with a fluffy brush, which all my brushes are nicely fresh and clean. Just washed them the other day. Love it. They're all so beautiful now. Take care of yourself. Never forget to relax. Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have time to relax. I've been go, go, go since I was like 14 years old. I don't got time to relax. Too busy building my empire. Tammy, my 8-month-old, is sitting so still watching you all. The only bad thing about washing your brushes is you'll definitely start to get a little bit of shedding. And I always forget to like pull those little extra hairs out first, and then they get on my face, and then I have to like pull them off. But yeah, so I'm doing everything except for my eyeshadow because I'm doing a paid partnership with Adobe. Like editing software, color choosing company. I don't know. They have a lot of products. So I'm doing like a fun, I can't tell you what it is actually, but it'll be a fun partnership. So in the video, I'm using some of their software to create an eyeshadow look, basically, is all I can say. I don't know if the product itself is out yet, which is probably why I can't say. Man, this is shedding. So that should be fun, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you guys for liking the video. But yeah, I used to go live on YouTube every single Sunday for the longest time. But I started slowing down just because people stopped coming to them. So like, why are you going to sit here and talk to yourself? And then I really got on to TikTok and started growing over there. So I was going live there a lot, and then just kind of been trying to get back into being live on YouTube. But I really like that they have the go live together feature now. So you can film with, or you can be live with the people. On average, how long does it take in partnerships from filming to release? It depends. So for example, I did a skincare partnership today. I signed a deal with this company on February 25th. Content is due tomorrow, March 8th, and they didn't actually even get my products to me until today around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, but from that, it took me about 10 minutes to film the video and get it edited. So in total, like a half hour, basically, from start to finish. So nothing crazy. It just depends on what the partnership is, what I'm doing, how many videos I have to do, all that kind of stuff. Really makes a difference. Like, obviously, if it's a brand where I need to do, like, a full face of makeup, that's going to take much longer, maybe, like, an hour or two. But I've done this for so long, I really have a good flow with my processes, and it doesn't take long. The thing I don't love about streaming on YouTube is the way YouTube Live makes you look on camera. One, it makes me look much more like yellow on camera than I am in person. It doesn't show how pigmented stuff is, and then it always makes it look like it's unblended. Like, everything in person is so soft and so blended and so nice. It looks really natural. But on the phone, like on camera, it doesn't look like that at all, and it just drives me insane. Drives me insane. Ugh, my nose itches. So I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and I stamp, I cannot talk today, and I stamp over that a little bit just to make sure it's all nice and smooth. Now, if you want really pigmented bronzer, you can go in with a cream first and then set it with a powder. I do not do that much because I don't need to. I do need to contour my nose a little bit. I'm going to take a different bronzer and just a smaller brush. I always lose my nose contour brush. I don't know why. There it is. But yeah, sometimes with partnerships, you know, it's a super in-depth thing and it takes you an entire day. Sometimes it's multiple videos, which will take a while. Sometimes, you know, the brand itself is super picky and they will pick your content apart. So I always make sure, for me, I usually don't have that issue. I always make sure I follow the provided brief to the T, 110%. That way I don't have to worry about like any types of revisions or anything like that. Usually the only time I've had revisions or I've had to redo things is because the brand decided to change things last minute, although they're not allowed to, but they do anyway. These little hairs are all over me now. But no, I'm very picky with who I partner with, so I usually don't run into issues too often. So I like to stamp this on just to get it nice and pigmented first, and then I'll take the brush on the flat side and just blend it downwards just to soften it up. And then again, as always, I take my sponge and just stamp over everything. I always like to make sure everything is nice and soft. Then we're going to go in with some blush. I'm going to go in some Lunar Beauty Moon Prism blush. I always use the shade Pink Moon. Here at the top. So at this, I just stamp it kind of where all that bronzer was. Just to bring back a little bit of fleshness. Of course, it doesn't show up on camera because that's how cameras work, unfortunately. I need to figure out a way to be able to use my Canon camera when I'm doing my lives or even like recording my short form content. Because when I use my actual camera, it picks up all the colors, the saturation, everything looks exactly how it's supposed to. But when I use my phone, it's like, just kidding. Gosh, that bronzer brush literally shed all over me. That was insane. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Let's see the chat. All chat. Okay. Next, let's spray our face again. Morphe Sour Patch Kids setting spray. I'm almost out. And then we're going to throw on a little bit of highlighter. Where's my highlighter brush? Guess I'll use this one. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll use this one. So I'm going to use the Noctilucent highlighter palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I think we're going to go into Phenomena in the middle. How'd you learn about filming equipment editing? Just do it and learn it. Trial and error. Nice little sparkle. Cute. And the thing with lighting, what's annoying too, is it depends on what device you're using. Because like I don't ever film like within the TikTok app. Because if I do, it makes me like literally orange. It makes me look like an Oompa Loompa. And then if I use my camera on my phone, like my phone camera, like the proportions of my face will be like kind of off. If I use the front of it, if I use the back, it's fine. If I use my actual Canon DSLR camera, I look perfect how I'm supposed to. Yeah, it's stuff like that's so annoying. So it's like that, it all has something to do with like how light is taken in and whatnot. And so it just can make your videos look so different all the time. Does anyone have any fun plans for this weekend? I do not. Next weekend, I'm going to see Eliza Schlesinger in Orlando, Florida. She's a funny, super, super funny comedian. My favorite, actually. If you don't know who she is, she's hilarious. She has a bunch of Netflix specials and TV shows and whatnot. She's been also a Netflix movie. She's awesome. Super awesome. Okay. So pretty much that's the base for now. Like I said, I need to do an eyeshadow tutorial on camera. I think... What palette do I want to use? I'm probably... Maybe Morphe Sweetest Tea. That was rude. Maybe this. Don't know yet. What else? I have the Jacqueline Cosmetics. I might use this one, the Strawberry Fields palette. I don't know. Thank you guys for liking the video. I don't know. Because I'm doing a monochromatic makeup look. So I'm going to need something where... Because I don't like using multiple palettes. So I need something where I have like multiple variations of the same shade. If that makes sense. Let me see. Oh, I have Pink Religion. Oh, I have to like move out of the way to get that though. Oh, well, actually, why don't I use one of my Blend Bunny palettes? Let's see what's in Lure. I might use the Lure palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Because, oh God. Watch Cody Jay blind himself live. I think I'm going to use this one because it has obviously all the gradients that I need, and that's perfect for a monochromatic look. I think I'm going to be doing like the pinks and the purples. I haven't done a good pink purple moment in a moment, so I think I'm going to do that. So thank you guys for joining me for this little chit chat, get ready with me moment. Like I said, I literally have to do this next part off camera to do a video. But yeah, what's your favorite color? Pink. Hence the background. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I'll definitely have a tutorial of this whole look coming at you guys. And plus I'll have that partnership video, so you'll get to see me, you'll get to see what I'm doing in relation to what I'm talking about right now. So that'll be fun. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. I do post new videos every Sunday, long form videos every Sunday. And I also do 2 short form videos every single day here, YouTube Shorts. So definitely check that out. I do makeup, anything beauty related, skincare, influencer marketing, social media marketing, whatnot. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Again, I'm trying to go live every single day. So whether it's makeup related, hanging out at the pool, chit chat, having lunch together, vlogging, I'm going to try my best to go live every day for around maybe a half hour to an hour. So I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. Thanks so much.